Alright, this is like the fifth take of this commentary because, quite frankly, I suck. Anyway, what is going on, guys? I love the haters here, coming at you with part 3 of my Call of Duty tip series. Today we're going to be talking about hardcore mode, and first of all, I just really quickly want to touch on why it's been such a long time since I made a commentary about Call of Duty tips. I didn't really want to make a concept that was a little too redundant, something that's been done too often, and I feel like hardcore mode doesn't really get talked about too much, so I'll talk about it, because recently I've been playing hardcore mode a lot, and it's been super enjoyable for me, because people actually die. When you're playing core, so like normal mode, which you guys always play pretty much, well, I assume most people play, it takes quite a bit of bullets to kill people, and hardcore, in case for people who don't know, in hardcore people die almost instantly. You know, they die in like 2 bullets. There's no crosshair on the screen, there's no UAV, you can't see how many bullets you have in your weapon, and you can't see how many points to your next kill streak. So it does add a great level of difficulty to the actual gameplay, which is why I'm making this video, because you have to play hardcore mode differently than you play core mode, because, you know, the huge differences. Anyway, so I'm going to kind of talk about, like, you know, the weapons, attachments, perks, and kill streaks that you should use in hardcore mode, because, you know, what's good in core isn't always good in hardcore, and vice versa. Anyway, let's talk about weapons first. So SMGs are still, you know, the cream of the crop. They're the easiest to use, they got fast fire rates, they got good enough damage to maintain over a distance, so I really don't want to talk about them too much. But what I will talk about is the silencer attachment for them. So using a silencer just in general in hardcore is pretty much a lost cause, because for the most part, the enemy team is not going to have a UAV up, and the reason we use silencers is so that we're not seeing the enemy team's UAV. So if they don't have a UAV, there's really no point in using a silencer. It's just a waste of an attachment, a waste of a point to use towards something else, and you could use it towards something better, such as, I don't know, extended mag, foregrip, red dot sight, something to help your aim get on the other team faster, because when it comes down to it, in hardcore, since you die so quickly, getting your aim on the other guy is probably the most important thing. So it's good to use something such as like a red dot if the gun has a bad iron sight, or extended mags, because actually extended mags isn't even that useful, but I just like to use it because sometimes I feel like there's something better to use. I actually really enjoy using quick draw and adjustable stock though, because they help you in your gunfights. Anyway, so silencer is kind of a lost cause, like I just said. Long barrel is actually a really good attachment to use, because especially for something like a pistol or shotgun, because it maintains the one-shot range over, you know, a greater portion of the map, and that's also very helpful. Speaking of shotguns and pistols, a great way to rank up your pistols is by playing hardcore, because your pistols pretty much maintain a 1 to 2 shot, you know, kill range for most of the map, and it's really helpful. If you use a long barrel, which I definitely suggest if you're using a pistol, you'll have a one-shot close to medium range as compared to, you know, having a one-shot just close range. But it's still really good. You know, use your pistols, rank them up through here if you want. And also shotguns are really good, the S12 especially, since the S12 is a what's it called, since it's a semi-automatic, and it pretty much, however fast you can hold the trigger is how fast the gun will shoot. So that's actually really helpful too, because you can just spam the hell out of people with it. The M1216 is actually really good too. I have a lot of trouble using the M1216 in normal mode, because I feel like it just doesn't get kills quickly enough, and in hardcore I find myself getting double and triple sprays with it sometimes, so it's a pretty beast weapon to use. Now, also, single shot weapons are really good too. So something like the FAL and the SMR, super helpful. They maintain a one-shot kill range over pretty much the whole map. So do snipers such as the ballista and the XPR. So normally the ballista is only a one-shot from the chest up, and the DSR is the only, you know, end-all be-all one-shot sniper from waist up. So using something such as the DSR, which has a slower scoping time, is not really as, you know, recommended, I guess, as something like a ballista or the XPR 5000 or 500, whatever it is, because they're easier to scope into, they shoot faster, and you know, they're one shot, so you might as well use them. Now, moving on from weapons, let's talk about perks. So since hardcore mode is obviously a little more difficult than core, you don't see kill streaks up as much. And since you don't see kill streaks up as much, there's not as much noise in the air. So if you're a person who uses a headset, gaming headset, that has surround sound, that'll help you pinpoint the other team, it's actually really helpful to use something like dead silence and awareness, because the quietness that's around the map for the most part will actually help you pinpoint where the other team is. Now, Black Ops 2 has really terrible sound in my opinion when it comes to footsteps, because honestly, people could run up behind me, knife me, and I won't hear them until like literally the last second. And awareness is a really good perk to use in hardcore, because you can actually hear people, and there won't be like helicopters and stuff in the air at all times. It's pretty much peaceful for the most part, except for gunfire. Adding on to that, Oh, the perk Ghost. So Ghost is only helpful when the other team has UAV up, and since in hardcore there's no UAV by default, right, and the other team doesn't actually get like the Killstreak UAV as often as they would in core, using Ghost is kind of useless. You know, I don't find a use for it. It's really not. No, there's better things you could use, put it that way. And also, if the other team does get UAV, honestly, just use like a black hat to take it out because it's so much faster and it's just much more convenient. Anyway, let's move on from there. What else is good? Let's see. If you're gonna rush around a lot, obviously use dexterity because after sprinting, quickly bring up your gun. In terms of attachments, I forget if I mentioned this, but use something like the quick draw because that's, like I said before, putting your gun on the other guy is the most important thing in hardcore because people die really quickly. So use something like quick draw if you have a gun that freaking scopes in slowly because it'll definitely help you out. Moving on to kill streaks, let's talk about the best kill streaks to use. Obviously, God, I'm so stupid sometimes, I swear. Anyway, so the kill streaks I found useful are obviously UAV since there is no UAV in the air by default. Always run UAV. Counter UAV is also very helpful, but if you don't want to use counter UAV, just carry around a black hat because you need some way of taking out the other team's UAV in those couple of chances where they do get them. Use the Guardian in the sentry gun. Definitely helpful. The Guardian normally takes, I think, about 4, like hit markers, and then it kills somebody. So like on the 5th time it kills someone. But in hardcore, it only takes 1 hit marker, and the second hit marker kills the person. So using something like a Guardian and putting it in a very populated area is definitely going to get you a lot of kills, and it doesn't hurt your teammates or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. And since there is team killing in hardcore, I don't know if I mentioned that yet, don't use a lethal kill streak such as a lightning strike or a lodestar or anything of that matter, because, and I know in this video it sounds hypocritical because in this video I am using lightning strike, but like, later on in the day that I was playing, this game is basically from a long session, and later on in the session I started team killing my teammates, obviously, and I was getting kicked out of games, and which does happen. So in case I haven't mentioned, just really quick to sum that up, you can team kill your teammates, so try not to use lethal kill streaks because if you kill your teammates too often, you will get kicked out of the game, and it's very frustrating to get killed by your own teammates. So I just, for the sake of being a good person, just don't use lethal kill streaks. Use stuff like UAV, counter UAV. The orbital VSAT is super helpful. I got I think 3 of them in this game. They're really helpful. They help you learn the spawns because it shows where people pop up. They help you just know what to expect if you're going around a corner or vice versa, whatever. You guys get the point. So anyway, those are like the best kill streaks to use. And what else is there to talk about? I feel like I talked about pretty much the bulk of what I wanted to say, but since there is actually like 2 minutes left in this gameplay, so let's just talk about general tips in staying alive. So obviously, like I said for the 1000th time, you die really quickly in hardcore, so good things to do are to play carefully. In this game I'm playing really aggressively. I'm pretty much always sprinting this game. That's because I was like feeling in the zone and whatnot. But if you're new to hardcore, I definitely recommend playing defensively. Use something like an assault rifle that's like a single shot or something of that matter, and kind of just pick people off from a distance, because most people who come to hardcore, come fresh from core, so they'll be idiots and try to sprint around and play it the same way they play core. And if you're one of those people, you're gonna get screwed over. So that's why I'm kind of making this video, to make sure that you guys aren't as oblivious as them, and don't sprint around corners, obviously, and it's especially in hardcore, because in core you can get away with getting shot a couple times and getting your gun on the other guy and killing him. But in hardcore, once you get shot those first 2 times, you're done for. So definitely play careful. Try to use the head glitch to your advantage, or clipping as some people call it. It's basically, if you don't know what it is, it's when you basically use cover. I guess that's what I'm trying to say ultimately. Use lots of cover. Don't go out into the open too often because you're going to be easy pickings for somebody, and you can't escape a gunfight. I can't stress this enough. I can't say it as many times as I need to, but you can't avoid a gunfight. Once somebody's got their target on you, you're dead. Just like right there in the video. I died instantly, right? And that's the reason you guys can't really make dumb decisions in hardcore. And when I have teammates in hardcore that are really stupid, it just really frustrates me. And I guess that's why I want to... And look at that, I just got team killed right there. But anyway, that's the whole point of me wanting to make commentaries about helping people get better, because I'm sick and tired of having oblivious teammates. But anyway guys, the video has come to a close. I hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a like on the video if you guys did learn something or enjoyed the video, or if you just want to be nice and help me out. Please subscribe if you're new, share this video with others if you want to, and yeah. Recently, I've actually seen a lot of growth in my channel, which makes me happy. So keep it up, guys. Anyway, I'm out. Love you all. Peace.